Now we will be moving on to the operation of decimals, starting off with addition and subtractions. A key rule is to line up the decimal points. First, we write the numbers with decimal points lined up. Then we add zeros if needed to ensure all numbers have the same decimal places. Afterwards, we would add and subtract as we would with whole numbers, and we bring down the decimal point to the same position. We will be using an example, 12.5 plus 3.27. We will write it as though it is a whole number and add a zero to help line up the decimal points. Afterwards, we would add it as though it is a whole number, giving us 1577. Then we bring down the decimal point to the same location, giving us 15.77. This is another example where we have 10 minus 3.75. To line up the decimal point, we add zeros to the back of 10, giving us 10.00 minus 3.75. Afterwards, we subtract as per normal and bring down the decimal point to give us 6.25. For multiplication, we ignore the decimals first and then count them back. So we multiply the numbers as if they were whole numbers. Then we count the total number of decimal places in both numbers and place the decimal point in our answer so that it has that many decimal places. Here is an example where we have 2.3 times 1.4. First, we multiply 23 times 14 to give us 322. Then we count the number of decimal places. 2.3 has one decimal place, 1.4 has one decimal place, and in total they have two decimal places. Now we count back two decimal places, and it will give us 3.22. Another example is 0.12 times 0.5. If we multiply 12 times 5, we get 60. Counting the decimal places, we see that there are 3 decimal places in total. So 60, counting back 3 decimal places, 1, 2, 3, will give us 0.060, which can be simplified into 0.06. For multiplying by the powers of 10, we will move the decimal points accordingly. For example, 5 can be written as 5.0. If we multiply it by 10, we will move it one place to the right, giving us 50. If we are multiplying it by 100, we'll move it 2 places, giving us 500, and so on and so forth. The number of places you move is the same as the number of zeros behind the 1 in the power of 10. So for example, in 10, there is 1 0 after the 1, so you move 1 place. In 1,000, there are 3 zeros behind the 1, so you move 3 places. Now we will go on to division of decimals. First, you set up the division as normal. Then you place the decimal point in the answer directly above the decimal point in the dividend. And then divide as you would with whole numbers. So the example you see here is 12.6 divided by 3. We will set this up as per normal. And then we will put the decimal point directly above the one in the dividend. And then we divide normally. If we're dividing by a decimal, we move the decimal point in the divisor, which is the number we're dividing by, to make a whole number. Then we move the decimal point in the dividend, the same number of that decimal place. Then we divide as per normal. In this example, 8.4 divided by 0.2. To make 0.2 a whole number, we have to move the decimal one place. And we will do the same thing with 8.4. This gives us 84 divided by 2, which equals to 42. Hence, 8.4 divided by 0.2 gives us 42. Another example is 15.75 divided by 2.5. To make 2.5 a whole number, we'll move the decimal one place to the right. And we'll do the same with 15.75. This gives us 157.5 divided by 25. When you get this, you can go back to case 1 and use the long division method, which will give you 6.3. If we are dividing by powers of 10, we will move the decimal points accordingly to the left. So for example, 5.0 divided by 10, we will move it one place to the left, giving us 0.5. If we divide it by 100, we will move it 2 places, giving us 0.050. Now that is the end of our lesson on real numbers. Bye-bye!
Smash your maths exams. Download Learn Maths Today for real exam questions and achieve top marks.